Hello, welcome back to the Roohaa Degozaru Bideo Buroogu and whatnot. As you can see, I am completely covered my face because I feel that all of my viewers are slaves to vanity and they only watch because of my beautiful face. So without further ado, I will be singing the intro theme song. Roohaa Degozaru Bideo Buroogu Hey Yokuzo Do desu ka Do desu ka? Well, of course, I know you're not just watching me for my beautiful looks, but I just wanted it to be a big reveal. Wow. I blew your mind, didn't I? I got a haircut. And I shaved. I cleaned up my life a little bit, right? And look, I'm even wearing a tie. Actually, I had training today. I changed out of my pants, my dress pants. I just didn't have the heart to take off my shirt because I'm too lazy. Been in it all day. Now I'll get a close up of my beautiful face. I'm just kidding. I'm not really this vain. Or maybe I am. Yeah, so I had a training today with the honorable company of my employment, and it was pretty good. I mean, granted, today is a holiday. It's coming of age day, which means anybody who turns 20 today dresses up in kimono and, traditional dress, and they go to various shrines and, just take pictures because it's the time of their lives, all that good stuff. They're young, they're coming of age, they're adults now, they can smoke, they can drink, they can drive, not all at the same time, ideally, but, some people aspire to higher goals than others. Aim high. But yeah, training was good. Almost everybody was grumbling and complaining and crying like little babies about, we gotta go to training day. And I was a little peeved at first because it is sometimes these things can be a little silly, and you say to yourself, I don't need any of this training, and that's exactly what they started off with. But I'll tell you what, I got a lot out of it. Got a couple of good ideas for games that I can play with my kids, and so, take approaching things with a different point of view. And although many people treated it like a huge waste of time, which is a shame because everyone has room to improve, I took a lot out of it and I enjoyed it. So despite the naysayers and the crybabies, I enjoyed it thoroughly. But yeah, that's basically the reason for the cut. I wanted to, I got to keep up this front that I'm this really suave, keeping it clean, professional kind of guy. Although, as my faithful viewers know, I've been getting quite a beard situation going on the last month or two. In fact, when I went into school last week, they greeted me as Johnny Depp-san. Johnny Depp-san. Although Johnny Depp is probably, he's in the top 5 actors that I really like. I like how he really gets into characters, and he seems to brings them to life. I mean, lately he's been getting stuck with nothing but ridiculous, eccentric characters, but then again, he's been doing ridiculous, eccentric characters for a long time. So, good on him. Stuff. Although, can you really even call that typecasting? Because he's such a different person each time. But I'm getting off track. I'm not really in a talkative mood tonight. I don't know what happened, but something hit me like a ton of bricks in my soul. So, I'm just going to get right to it. I believe this will be the last one, so Grandma's Slideshow, Part 4 of 4. Although there could be an after follow-up kind of thing in the near future. So, we went to bed. What did we do last time? We ate Jaga butter together. We went to the Sapporo Beer Factory. We had some creamy stout. We saw an awkward old man. Overall, it was good times. And we went to bed, and we woke up. This is our last day in Hokkaido, shall we? This is our last day in Hokkaido, and man, did it snow. I was really happy because it was snowing like nobody's business. And this is a picture of us walking away from the hostel where we were staying, Eno's place. Next slide, please. Another picture, you can see the Lord Chesterfield in the foreground in the white coat, and myself and the highballer in the background speaking. Tyrone took this picture. And you can see cars even still manage to travel in this snow. Even though despite their Japanese heritage. But yeah, I'll tell you what, man. All that ice I was complaining about the other day, now it's covered in snow. So it was like slippery snow ice. And on this day, Highballer took a little fall. Hurt his knee. But he's good now. Well, I mean, he twisted his ankle. Anyway, where am I? So yeah, we went to the train. We went to Sapporo, caught the subway to Sapporo, took a train out to Shiraoi. Shiraoi is a town famous for its Ainu historical town thing. And basically, Ainu are Japan's Native Americans, so to speak. They live in the furthest island to the north, Hokkaido. Everything I'm talking about is about Hokkaido. So, yes, this is about the original inhabitants who, sadly, in a very America-like way, were forcefully integrated into the culture. So, I'm not going to go into that too much because we all have different feelings about that. But needless to say, the Ainu were incorporated into Japanese heritage, and I wanted to see them because Ainu are really cool to me. Here's a picture of me. We had to walk down this road. You can see my backpack. It's actually my dad's backpack. And at that point, we got off to a late start, and sadly I didn't think we were going to have enough time to get to where we wanted to go. I wanted to go to a world famous onsen World Heritage site, but we didn't really get moving hardcore until like 11, and by the time we took the train and got here, it was already like 12, so, and we had to get back to a boat by 6. But yes, it was snowing like crazy in Shiraoi. You can see Lord Chesterfield's badass kicks. Got the obligatory shoe photo. You can even see the strap of the camera in the top right. Ah, man, this is beautiful. I mean, just, it's only when it snows that you're walking out there in the middle of the day and you just hear nothing but that windy silence and calm, that it's like you can hear the snowflakes hitting your face, and it was good. It was great. It was so nice. We got to this Ainu museum, and this was the 29th of December. And, well, what do you know? It wasn't until the 29th of December that they went on their winter break. So, ultimately, my heart was shattered. It was not a fantastic start to the day. But we still got a couple pictures, and all is not a loss, as you'll soon see. But this is a huge statue of what a traditional Ainu looks like. You'll notice his full beard. The Ainu have amazing beards, and it's very un-Japanese of them. So, and I saw a couple dudes which had some kicking beards. The Ainu, after a certain point, maybe coming of age day, what a coincidence. Maybe after a certain point, well, I know. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. After a certain point, the Ainu don't shave their beard anymore. So it's like, epic, and it defines their age. Here's a picture of the historical area, and this is what an Ainu hut looks like. It's kind of like a Indian longhouse. I took a Native American course in college, and yeah, it reminds me of a Native American longhouse. There's a picture through the trees because there were people working outside on something, and I didn't feel like, organizing a reverse heist to break into this place and take a look and walk around. Anyway, Here is a large totem pole. It's an honorable bear totem pole, and there's tons of bears. It's just bears on top of bears. You can see me posing next to it because I thought it was really cool. Pardon me. And here are the guys. You can see the Lord on the left, Tyrone on the right, and the highballer doing the hiya stance around the totem pole. All these, the smudge is probably snowflake. Perfect timing, right? Smudge. But yeah, I thought it was a good picture, and I really liked it. Oh, and I had to get the picture of them looking into the distance, because that's, you'll see these Japanese campaign posters plastered up everywhere in Japan, you know, kind of like you saw the Barack Obama Hope posters kind of deal. But they just post these things on walls, and all the Japanese are looking up into the distance like, Nihon's tomorrow, Japan's tomorrow, I'm looking at it. Or they're looking right at you, like dead straight at you, like, I will serve you. So I had to get the looking up into the distance, and I thought it was quite noble, turned out well. I mean, we got some serious expressions on these guys' faces. This was the walk back. And that building up there is an onsen. Couldn't do the super world famous onsen, which is a heartbreaker, but we ended up doing another onsen, which is just as good. It was really good. It was nothing but it was like 5 or 6 old Japanese guys. Pardon me so much for yawning. I'm very tired. I have not slept lately because I had a late night and I had to get up for work. Technically, I got up at 6:30 today. It's crap. So yeah, it was windy, cold, snowy, and beautiful. This is a shot across the lake. There's a lake in between the Ainu huts that we attempted to see and the onsen where we ended up going, and it was this is a really good picture. The lake is in between the huts and ourselves. It's just covered in snow, just beyond those reeds. Yeah, but it was a great view. Here's another picture. You can see the huts and the trees and the nature. I mean, look at it. The composition of the photo is beautiful. Here's another small little pond. It's a neat little pond-like thing. I mean, you gotta respect water, snow, ice transition. It's just one of those facets of nature that, you know, they intrigue the human spirit, boggle the mind, and just entrance the senses. I mean, if that isn't majestic, I don't know what is. And here we are. This is a statue of an Ainu. This was in the station at Shiraoi, which is a small little station. And this is carved out of wood. I mean, this is glorious. I think it's beautiful. And, shitsureshimasu. And it is a very nice statue. And our good friend, Lord Chesterfield, took a picture of it. But sadly, we had to make our way back to Tomakomai, where we caught the boat. And on that boat, we sang a song. And on that song, we had an E-I-E-I-O. So here we are. Well, here I am. We were drinking sake and beer and enjoying ourselves. We invented a card game. I don't know why, but we decided we wanted to invent a card game. Oh, unbelievable. Shouldn't have chosen to do this at 11 o'clock. But we invented a card game, and it was pretty interesting. I got relatively wasted, but, you know, not like reckless. Not reckless like the first boat ride over. I don't think I told this story on the internet yet, so it'd be worth it. Because I keep telling everyone, and it's hilarious. On the first night out, when we were riding on a boat, actually, hold on a minute. This is the picture of the boat that we rode on. The beautiful, honorable sunflower. And with that, that is the end of the honorable Hokkaido journey. Basically, I wanted to come back to video mode to tell my little story. So, on the first night where we were riding out to Hokkaido, there's a lot of truckers taking this ferry. Apparently, the ferry is a very popular way for the truckers to travel. Sorry, I apologize in advance. And in past. And basically, these truckers get really wasted. And although they're badass trucker dudes, they're still Japanese, so they drink a little bit of alcohol, and many of them just like went down like flies. And I can say one guy who might have been the most wasted of them all, Lord of the Wasted, he was coming up these stairs, going down these stairs. We thought he was done for. We thought he was falling. He's gone. Oh, man, this is not much of a blog. If you start yawning, that proves the sight unseen contagious yawn theory. But so this guy, super drunk, coming up and down the stairs, and he was like just standing there looking around, and like we didn't know what he was looking for. Thought he wanted to go back to his bed, but I don't think that was the case, because he turns around, faces like a pillar in the corner of a room, just stands there, and we're sitting there like looking at him like, dude, this guy is so drunk, what is gonna happen to him? And like me and the highballer and Tyrone are like, and Lord, we're just like, dude, what's up with this guy? That's when the highball took note. He turns around, dude pissed himself, like super bad, like really, like I drank a lot of alcohol, held it because I was so drunk, didn't break the seal for probably like 2 hours, and then pissed out like 3 beers all over myself. Like brutal, bro, brutal. And you see the guy the next morning. Of course, he didn't remember. Still wearing the same jeans. Ideally, they're not damp anymore. But sometimes people say things to you like, "Oh man, you're a drunk. You're silly." But haven't pissed my pants in a long time. That's pretty good, right? Funny, right? But yeah. Anyway, my training today was in Utsunomiya, and there is a place in Utsunomiya called Yellow Submarine. I don't know how much of it is related to the Beatles, but needless to say, it is a hobby shop. And I picked up a couple dice, so I like dice. Here they are. These are wooden. You can kind of see the grain. They have some gold action going on. 3 is not my favorite number. Let's go to 2. Although when it comes to D&D, I prefer this one to come out when I'm rolling my damage. And I also picked up a D12. Oh, 12 came out perfect. Gotta love when that happens. But yeah, you can see these corners, how they're sharp and they could like kill a baby. That's what I like. I like baby killing corners. So, there they go. Oh man, I didn't roll well. And another thing I picked up, which interested me greatly, and my friend noticed it, but he basically showed me what it interested me too, and he didn't have any money to buy it because he's after Hokkaido, the highballer. After Hokkaido, the highballer's hurting for beans right now, but he's hanging in there. It's called the D&D Daiyon Kaga Yoku Wakaru Hon. I can't. Dayonga? Something. But basically, D&D 4th edition, Understand book. Basically, a book that helps you understand Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition. But, oh my god, you're saying to yourself, what the hell is this? It's got some weeaboo majesty all over it. This is a tiefling. This is a tiefling. You see this? This over here. This is an elf. It even has D&D on it. Still has it. This is an elf. This thing with the gigantic tits. That's an elf. Yeah, right. Real elves don't have boobs like that. This right here is a human. See that human? And look at this guy. This is a dragonborn. Unbelievable. The things they call dragonborn. And this, where are we? Here's the biggest shitsure of all my friends. It's waving around like a crackhead. That thing right there, that is a dwarf. That is a dwarf right there. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's a dwarf? Here's another picture of a tiefling and the elf again. Elf with her huge elfin boobs hanging out. Elves don't have boobs like that, okay? I'm just going to throw that out there. But then they kind of return to formula, and they have the cute little picture right here. You know, you can see they got the traditional dwarf, like a badass. That's an elf, dragonborn, and an Aladdin wizard. You see the halfling rogue and the human fighter. Yeah, human fighter, tiefling warlock, which actually looks a little bit like Lucifica, and a half-elf warlord. So I thought it was pretty cool. They talk about, basically this book is kind of like D&D for dummies, since Dungeons and Dragons is like it's a very rare thing out here for the Japanese, so they need all the help they can get. Zanadine. So apparently those anime dudes are like stylized versions of characters which they use in these games. I just got a message from a really good friend, a fellow study abroad brother. What is up, Big Red? What is up? But I just wanted to show you what this book looked like, because it's one of those Japanese rare gems which you know is not going to make it to America. And on that note, take it easy.